Welcome to Johnson Valley, California, home of the legendary King of the Hammers, where horsepower, grit, and adrenaline collide. 8 of the world's best electric unicycle riders are here to battle it out, pushing their machines and themselves to the absolute limit. This isn't just a race, it's a revolution. This is Ultra One Racing at King of the Hammers.
I'm your host, Seth Johnson, and you are watching the finals of the Amped Electric Games Ultra One race here at King of the Hammers 2025. The racers are now staging at the top of Short Bus. Let's hear what Chris Wheelie Brady had to say about the race today.
This is epic. This stuff's going to be really hardcore, man. Straight down the side of a mountain with cliffs all around. It's going to be epic. High speed, but once you get down here, open it up, it's going to be nuts.
I agree it's going to be nuts, but I'm not sure if the course is going to be nuts or the racers for actually attempting this. The starting gun has sounded and we are off. Zach Darnell with an early lead heading down the ridgeline. He's followed closely by Cooler Joe Greska as they're making that left turn and dropping in. The cameras really don't do this justice. It is steep and it is deep. I spoke to the racers prior to the race and they said this is indeed the most intense terrain they have ever raced on. As you can see, Zach Darnell going one-footed there, and Zach Darnell is off his wheel. This will give Cooler Joe the opportunity to pass there on the right. His tire just sinking down into that sand. And Cooler Joe is now off as well. 8 racers qualified yesterday on the short course, leaving just 6 racers here in the finals, as it looks like both Cooler Joe and Zach Darnell have regained control of their wheels, but not for long. We've got that great view from Zach Darnell's POV camera. The biggest problem these racers have to contend with is pedal clipping. Wheelie Brady in third place, being passed now by Cody Williams. Cody Williams on the KingSong S22 with an 18-inch tire has a slight advantage over the Begode Extreme that Chris Brady is riding. Zach Darnell finally picked his way down to the bottom of Short Bus, and he is just flying. I think he may have just hit ludicrous mode. Zach Darnell with a healthy lead in first place, followed by Cooler Joe Greska. And a little further up the course, we have a battle for third place. We have Cody Williams and Chris Brady. Looks like Chris Brady is passing Cody Williams to secure that third place. But not if EUC Nico has anything to say about it. And it will be an all-out sprint for third place. We have EUC Nico in third place. Nico riding the Begode X-Way, giving a little thumbs up to the camera, a little bit of showboating as we see Cooler Joe Greska heading into the infield. And let's not forget Zach Darnell way out in first place. Declan Kurant safely making it down off of the short bus on the Begode Extreme. A lot of space is separating first and second, as well as second and third. There's a shot of Zach Darnell heading into the infield, riding the Begode Extreme. From Folsom, California, Zach Darnell is no stranger to the podium. He is the current global off-road champion. The remaining racers are now making their way onto the infield. And let's remember, folks, this is Ultra One racing. This is point-to-point racing. Whoever gets to the finish line first wins. And Zach Darnell feeling really comfortable out there, just sending it off the rollers. And there's a great shot from Zach's POV camera as he's coming around this last corner into the Optima Batteries start-finish line to secure first place in the first annual Amped Electric Games Ultra One race here at King of the Hammers. And coming down the stretch for second place is Cooler Joe Greska riding on the Begode T4, and he secures second place. And then there were four racers remaining as the checkered flag is waved for third place. EUC Nico. Just 3 racers remain, and I guarantee you they are not giving it up until the very end. We've got Chris Wheelie Brady, Cody Williams, and Declan Kurant. And Declan Kurant passes Wheelie Brady like a boss, leaving him on his own lonely island. Declan squeezing every bit of juice out of that Begode Extreme 50S as he's coming around the finish line to secure 4th place. He is pumped And I would be too, just to finish this race with Chris Wheelie Brady coming in 5th and Cody Williams coming in 6th place. And there are your winners, folks. Thanks so much for joining us here at the Amped Electric Games Ultra 1 race at King of the Hammers, presented by eRideLife.com. I'm your host, Seth Johnson. Please remember, ride safe and ride responsibly.
Amped Electric Games, the voice of electric sports.